Native Roots Radio Network on Patreon, Pinigigi, and thank you for your support.
My grandpa, Jim Warner, treated his customers like family, and Warner Stellian is still doing that today. I'm Angela Warner, and to thank you for 69 years, Warner Stellian Appliance is offering unbeatable savings of up to 40% off, free dishwasher installation, and no interest for 2 years with your Warner's card. Plus, go to warnerstellian.com for an exclusive $50 coupon. These deals end October 18th, so hurry into one of our 10 Minnesota stores. You'll love your new appliances and Warner Stellian.
With your AM 950 weather, I'm Brett Johnson. Look for clear skies tonight with a low around 43, Thursday cloudy with a high near 53, and Thursday night rain with a low around 45. Grab a tray of Cafe Latte's Cafeteria and select from a wide variety of sandwiches, salads, and soups. The bakery features fresh baked breads, cupcakes, and more, while the Pizza and Wine Bar has gourmet pizzas that pair perfectly with their 30-plus wines by the glass. Located off Victoria and Grand at St. Paul or at cafelatte.com.
Portions of Native Roots Radio may be pre-recorded.
It's a good day to be indigenous.
Get up, stand up.
They are going to become more brutal.
Couldn't cut, hitting cut again.
Because all the hippies were trying to be Indians anyway.
They're going to become more repressive because it's a matter of dollars and their illusionary concepts of power.
Hey, Victor.
We must live in balance with the earth.
And also with recent happenings at Wounded Knee.
I am awake.
Welcome to Native Roots Radio Presents I'm Awake. I'm your host.
Hey, Kadagi to all my friends and relatives in 4 directions. Can you hear me, Haley? Hey, Kadagi to all my friends in 4 directions. You're listening to Native Roots Radio Presents I'm Awake, and I'm at the Twins game. Oh, wow. Haley, we can't hear you. I think you're muted. Haley, you got to hit the unmute button. There you go.
Yes, I was running my stuff from the board. We're going to go ahead right away here with our ticket giveaway for the Guthrie Theater. We're going to be handing out a pair of tickets for the Thursday, October 19th, 7:30 p.m. performance for the people at the Guthrie Theater. We're going to have someone call in right now. Let's take our third caller. Our number, call us right now at 952-946-6205. That's 952-946-6205.
Well, hey, now that you can hear me, Haley, or I can hear you, I'm at the Twins game here, and exciting stuff. We're going to have Arvina on, and we're going to talk to her. She's driving, so we're all being dangerous, and we're all driving you producers crazy with our wicked ways here. So it's good to be here. And again, call us at 952-946-6205. That's 952-946-6205. Win those tickets. It's going to be an awesome play. Maybe, Haley, you can talk a little bit about it before we get our guest on.
Yes. So again, this pair of tickets that we're handing out is for the Thursday, October 19th performance at 7:30. This is a show, a comedy born from the Twin Cities Native community for the people by Ty Defoe, Larissa Fasthorse, directed by Michael John Garces, and Ernest Briggs is in this one, Sherry Foster Blake, Kendall Kent, Wes Studi, who will be we're really excited to have him on the show. Hopefully here within the next week or so. So we'll be interviewing Wes Studi. Also Nathaniel Two Bears is in that one as well. So a couple Ho Chunks, which we're really excited to support in that play. And we're excited to be out there for opening night too this Friday.
Yeah, I'm excited. Wendy, you, me, and we'll be out there and be able to see this play firsthand and talk about it. Can you guys see my other camera here in the Twins? I don't know if
you are watching us on Facebook or YouTube, Robert is here live at the Twins game. He's out at Target Field. We've got our cams up. So go Twins. And when is the first pitch? Is that at 6?
6:07. So we got a little time, and it's like Dan Gladden's going to be catching the first pitch, and Gary Gaetti's coming in town to throw out the first pitch, and he was a big part of the '87 team, and one of the best third basemen the Twins ever had. So that'll be awesome. Throwing it to our friend Dan Gladden. So I'm wondering, do we have our Arvina on the line?
I think we do. Arvina, are you there?
Yeah, can you hear me?
We can hear you. Yes. How are you doing?
Yay! I'm doing okay. I have to say that, Robert, I believe I saw a picture of you with former twin and as far as I'm concerned, brewer for all time, Paul Molitor.
That's right. I did. Yes. Between us, we have 3,000, I think 400 hits between Paul and I. And he's a St. Paul neighborhood kid. So we all grew up together over there in St. Paul, the Midway area, and know his family really well. And, just in that.
Oh my God.
Go ahead.
Like 12-year-old me is dying right now because I had the biggest crush on Paul Molitor.
That's awesome. And then you hear this other Ho-Chunk thing too, is that Haley went to school with one of the twins that are playing, went to high school with one of the twins. So we're all connected, as we all know. We're all connected here.
I did. Yes. So Matt Wallner, he's had his debut this year, and I did graduate. I've known Matt since elementary school, kindergarten, really, but yeah, really great baseball player. So excited to see him.
And we shouldn't be surprised that Ho-Chunks are the center of the universe.
Right. We
Yes,
know everyone.
Yes, we are. That's awesome. Hey, Arvina, what are you doing? I hear rumors you're driving to some important meeting. Can you talk about that at all, or is it hush hush? Oh,
yeah.
Wow.
The important meeting that I'm driving to is picking up my daughter at her first high school basketball practice. So this is a big deal. Getting another Ho-Chunk athlete out there and getting her ready for her. This is preseason for high school girls basketball here in Wisconsin. So, everybody out there who is listening, if you're in Wisconsin, Madison West Regents are practicing and, are going to be a force to be reckoned with. So, yeah.
That's awesome.
I'm on my mom duty and making sure that my kiddo is working her heart out and getting ready for her first high school basketball season.
So, did you play basketball in school, or?
Oh, absolutely not. No, I was a swimmer. If there was a ball, I usually got, if there was a ball in that sport, usually I got hit in the head or in the face with it, like all throughout middle school and high school gym. So I stuck to swimming and track and sports that didn't have a ball in the air to hit me.
but you do roller derby now, though, right?
I do, but also there is no ball in roller derby. So
wow. Well, that was a futuristic movie with James Caan called Rollerball, and that had a ball in there. And well, that's a whole nother subject. But yeah, so you are an athlete. So don't be shy. We know you're an athlete, and your daughter takes after you. And that's awesome.
Hooray! Yeah. No, I'm happy to support her, and especially in a sport that I don't quite understand. I don't have all the rules down. All I know is that, like, when her team has the ball, I yell really loud, and when her team gets fouled, I yell really loud. So that's kind of where we're at. I'll learn all the rules.
Ho-Chunk people with the big voice.
That's all right. Hey, when we come back, we're going to take a break here soon. I'd like to get your, we haven't talked in a while. I'd like to get your, your opinion on what's going on here nationally. Oh my goodness. We got war happening. We got insanity happening with the House. And so I'd love to hear what you have to say about that.
Oh, absolutely. If you could see me right now, you bringing up all of these items, I'm sitting here with my eyes very, very, very wide open, being like, oh my God, yes, everything is crazy. But yeah, happy to talk about all the things that are happening right now that are just, oh dear, I can't even think of an adjective to describe them at this point.
Absolutely. So, hey, we're gonna take a break here. Let's hear the bumper music and rock out of this. We're Haley, Arvina, and I'm at the Twins game, and this is a Ho Chunk show called Native Roots Radio. Ho!
Stay with us.
We are the Hallucin Nation.
If the statistics say that 1 in 3 Native women and 1 in 6 Native men have experienced sexual assault in their lifetime, it means our whole community is affected by sexual violence. 1 is too many. Don't stand by, stand up. Don't engage in acts of sexual violence, and shut down the dirty jokes, the gossip, the victim blaming and shaming. As a community, we can change the way we respond. Contact the Minnesota Indian Women's Sexual Assault Coalition to attend a workshop to learn more.
Sponsored by the Minnesota Indian Women's Sexual Assault Coalition.
Getting bus and train information in your language just got easier. Customers who call Metro Transit at 612-373-3333 are able to select language options at the start of the call. Access Next Trip, their automated real-time schedule information tool, and other Metro Transit assistance by calling 612-373-3333. For more information about other transit informational tools, visit metrotransit.org/tools.
The Guthrie Theater presents For the People, an irreverent new comedy born of the Twin Cities Native community. In the play, April Dakota dreams of opening a wellness center on Franklin Avenue to serve the Native community. She's counting on a grant to make it happen, but when her presentation goes sideways, she's forced to make a decision that puts the community and her culture at risk. On stage now through November 12th. Tickets at GuthrieTheater.org. That's through November 12th. GuthrieTheater.org.
Are your remote workers putting your company at risk? Not sure what steps to take to secure your data? Hi, Mark Sommerfeld from Rymark. The Rymark team is guiding our clients through these difficult times. In fact, demand has been so high, we created an easy-to-follow guide with the 5 steps to securely work from home. It's yours free. Download our 5 steps to securely work from home now at rymarkit.com or call 651-328-8900 for a no-cost how-to discussion.
Hi, this is Representative Sharice Davids from Kansas. I'm Ho Chunk, and you're listening to Native Roots Radio.
And we're back to Native Roots Radio presents I'm Awake, and this is Robert Pilot.
This portion of the show is supported by Strong Hearts Native Helpline. October is Domestic Violence Awareness Month. Join Strong Hearts Native Helpline CEO Lori Jump for a virtual event, Let's Talk Empowerment, at 1 p.m. Eastern Time on October 17th, 2023. Lori will lead an engaging and enlightening conversation on the pressing issues of domestic and sexual violence within Native communities. This event will delve into the crucial intersection between these forms of violence and the significance of culturally specific services and resources. Strong Hearts Native Helpline, free, confidential, anonymous, 24/7. Call or text 1-844-762-8483. That's 1-844-7-NATIVE, or chat online at www.strongheartshelpline.org.
Awesome, Haley. Hey, we're here with Arvina Martin, Emerge CEO, Director, Emerge Wisconsin. And we haven't talked in a while, and I'm at the Twins game here. And Arvina, I would like to just get your opinion on just spitball on what's been going on here and how's that affecting us in Indian country. Hoa, welcome back.
Oh boy, talk about the most loaded question ever. just kidding. I think that there's been a lot that's happened in the last week, 2 weeks, 3 weeks, month, and I think that there are 2 really big things that have happened. One, obviously, the attack last weekend on Israeli settlements, and that were done by Hamas. I think it's pretty easy to say that I hope the rest of us support our Jewish siblings, our Jewish family who are going through terrorist attacks. I also think that it's important to acknowledge our Palestinian relatives who are looking for solutions and that are not represented by Hamas.
Right.
And I think that it's really important to acknowledge that the people of both Israel and Palestine are being affected by these actions, and that perhaps you can support Jewish Israelis as well as Palestinians without supporting the government of Israel, including Prime Minister Netanyahu, and obviously also without supporting Hamas, which is basically a terrorist organization. I apologize if my words are not as I just want to acknowledge that there are thousands of years of history involved that make this kind of interaction difficult. But I think that regardless of that we can all agree that the Jewish people of Israel and Palestinians have the right to coexist peacefully, and that sometimes the government or organizations that purport to represent Palestinians don't do it in the right way. If that's something if that makes sense.
That makes so much sense, and I've been waiting to talk to you about this because I really believe in everything you just said there. There's a long history. It goes back further than 1947, but also there's no need to have all these things happen to innocent people, and I blame the governments and Hamas on this. And thank you so much for saying that, because I agree with you 100%.
And the actions of the Israeli government under Prime Minister Netanyahu and the actions of Hamas, I think that we can fairly say that they don't represent the actual people of Israel and the actual Palestinian people who want to coexist peacefully, and have every right to do so. Again, if I misunderstand parts of history, or if I misunderstand some of the nuances, I apologize now, because again, this is thousands of years of history that I don't know a lot about. So I'm trying to react to this with what I know and understand now, and I understand that I might not have all the information. So
absolutely. I appreciate that. And let's swing into what's happening in Wisconsin politics. Where they're trying to call back our new Supreme Court judge. What would give us an update? What's happening in our neighboring state, Wisconsin?
Oh dear. We have members of the right wing, MAGA types that want to impeach our newest Supreme Court Justice, Janet Protasewicz, saying that because she said that the current legislative district lines have been rigged, which, let's be real, they 100% have been rigged, that somehow clouds her judgment from being able to apply the law as it's written and as it applies to whatever case that they are potentially hearing. Republicans want Justice Protasewicz to be to recuse herself or to otherwise be removed from these proceedings, because then that means that the Supreme Court is a 3-3 split between progressives and conservatives, and that's the only reason why they want her to recuse herself. When Justice Protasewicz has very eloquently explained how she believes that recusing herself in light of what she said, her beliefs, and what is potentially coming before the Wisconsin State Supreme Court, that it doesn't rise to the level of impeachment. Also, she hasn't even had a chance to rule on anything. So, I think that's another just like point in her favor, that Republicans were and the right wing and MAGA types were always going to say she needs to recuse herself, because that's what they need in order to split the Supreme Court and in order to maintain the status quo, in particular with regards to state legislative districts, which, we're getting into a new part of the conversation, but that are fairly universally considered to be some of the most gerrymandered legislative districts in the entire country. And that's what Republicans and that's what the right wing and that's what the MAGA types are trying to defend. Their right wing, legislative district lines. When, if we were to go to a more Iowa type model of redistricting, the majority held by conservatives would absolutely fall, and even if the Republicans were to maintain a majority legislatively, they would absolutely certainly not be able to hold a veto-proof majority at all. So
I really appreciate that, and everything that you're saying, because for me, sometimes it's hard to watch mainstream media because I don't feel like they give the right information. They let MAGA people get away with telling lies and not calling on them. So I really appreciate you talking about that, and especially the gerrymandering. That's ridiculous. Our sister Trisha Zunker should have won twice, but the gerrymandering, she would have had to win 65% of the vote, and just how bad gerrymandered that is. So we pray for Wisconsin, and Wisconsin's a purple state, but we're working on it. And I know you're working on it with the Merge Wisconsin.
Well, I also want to say that it takes brave people like Trisha to put themselves up for these seats that are clearly gerrymandered out of the realm of victory, but people like Trisha Zunker who run for these seats are the ones that keep these issues in the mainstream when people aren't talking about it. So I know that there's a lot of people that just kind of look at somebody who runs for what other people might call a hopeless seat. But in instances like Wisconsin, where we have these insanely gerrymandered districts, it's those folks that are brave and that put themselves and their names on the ballot and put themselves out there for criticism that help maintain our democracy. And exactly what you're saying about Trisha had basically insurmountable odds, but she still did it, and that is what a leader looks like.
Well, we're going to end with those words. Arvina Martin, Urge, Wisconsin, our Ho-Chunk sister. Thank you so much for coming on, and let's get that basketball going here.
Absolutely.
Thank you again. We'll be right back after this short break with Wendy and I.
Stay with us.
Minnesota has the only original wolf population in the continental United States.
And 80% of Minnesotans believe the wolf should be protected.
Howling for Wolves is asking Minnesotans to respect our true wildlife manager, the wolf.
Their survival is critical to our ecosystems, our communities, and even our economy.
As highly intelligent animals with strong social bonds, Minnesota wolves deserve to be protected and admired.
Learn more at howlingforwolves.org. Let's live and let howl.
The Guthrie Theater presents For the People, an irreverent new comedy born of the Twin Cities Native community. In the play, April Dakota dreams of opening a wellness center on Franklin Avenue to serve the Native community. She's counting on a grant to make it happen, but when her presentation goes sideways, she's forced to make a decision that puts the community and her culture at risk. On stage now through November 12th. Tickets at GuthrieTheater.org. That's through November 12th. GuthrieTheater.org.
Back to school season is here. And while this is an exciting time for parents, kids, and educators, let's not forget how far we've come in our battle against COVID-19. We're in a better place, but COVID-19 is still here, and we need to continue to help protect our communities. With the flurry of new schedules and classrooms, let's not overlook the fundamentals of staying safe. Wash your hands regularly and watch for any symptoms like fever, chills, a cough, or shortness of breath. Should you or someone you know have COVID-19 symptoms, stay home and get tested. Find more tips on continuing to be safe at health.state.mn.us. Let's have this back-to-school season be a time of renewed commitment to our collective health and brighter future for our Native communities. Again, find more tips on continuing to be safe at health.state.mn.us.
This message is brought to you in partnership with the Minnesota Department of Health. In this critical time for Indian country, voting is crucial to protecting the land, water, and communities. Voting creates collective power in securing our planet's future amid climate chaos. Engage in personal conversations with loved ones to ensure they are making informed voting choices. Register to vote. And don't forget that 16 and 17-year-olds can pre-register to vote in Minnesota. NACD is asking us to stand together and make voting a tradition. Go to NACD.org to learn more and make your pledge to vote.
I love my Toyota vehicles, so when I have to get service done, there's only one place I go, Rudy Luther Toyota. They know Toyotas inside and out. It starts with them checking your alignment and tire treads with their Hunter Quick Check Drive inspection service. Oil changes, tires, batteries, wipers, no matter what you need done, they can help you with reliable Toyota parts and the best service team in Minnesota. Check out their website, rudyluthertoyota.com, for service and parts specials just for Toyota vehicles. Get your Toyota serviced at Rudy Luther Toyota, 394 and 169 in Golden Valley.
In recognition of Domestic Violence Awareness Month, this message is brought to you by Strong Hearts Native Helpline, a culturally appropriate domestic and sexual violence helpline for Native American and Alaska Natives. Advocates provide free support and advocacy 24/7. Call or text 1-844-762-8483, that's 1-844-7-NATIVE, or chat online at strongheartshelpline.org. Safe, anonymous, confidential, 24/7. With your AM 950 weather, I'm Brett Johnson. Look for clear skies tonight with a low around 43, Thursday cloudy with a high near 53, and Thursday night rain with a low around 45. Since 1984, Cafe Latte has been serving up the freshest baked goods and modern comfort food in a cafeteria setting. Their menu is prepared with the best ingredients available. Cafe Latte is a leader in sustainable dining, composting their food and paper waste along with recycling everything they can. Located off Victoria and Grand in St. Paul, more at cafelatte.com.
Hey, welcome back to Native Roots Radio Presents I'm Awake, and I'm your host, Robert Pilot.
This portion of the show is supported by Howling for Wolves, protecting wolves for future generations.
Right on cue. We have 3 howlers. That's hard to say. Hey, Wind Twins, you know, Wendy, we're going to win, Twins. We're going to score. We're going to win, Twins. Watch that baseball soar. Now got a home run. Shout a hip hooray. We're going to win the Minnesota Twins today.
Wow.
I just made that up.
Nice.
I was rapping. That's the old Minnesota Twins song. I didn't want to get into that, but hey, I want to introduce my awesome and beautiful wife, Wendy. Wendy's an animal advocate, and she's been talking about our sacred animals for over 7 years on Native Roots Radio. And like many things here, Wendy, I have learned so much from you, and your Fun Facts Friday is always a staple here on Native Roots Radio. Thanks for coming on.
Yeah, thanks everybody. Hey, my name is Hanaji. That means cares for them. I was given that name by my Daga Curtis. Curtis goes by Mashke Hanajinga, which means walks on white clouds. I'm a humane policy volunteer leader for the Humane Society of the United States, and I work on animal issues at the local and state level.
Yes, you do.
Yeah, tomorrow, tomorrow, in fact, I am going with another animal advocate of mine. I'm picking her up. And 2 other people are going over to Mayor Carter's office.
St. Paul Mayor.
In St. Paul. Yep. And we're going to be talking to him about some humane legislation that we want to have passed here in St. Paul. So I'm really excited about that. I don't want to get into the details yet because, there's always people out there who may be against what we want to do.
We call them bad actors.
And they might cause some problems. So, but it's all good stuff. It's all humane legislation. It's all for the animals and the environment also. This also affects the environment. So so that's what we're doing tomorrow. I'll be there in the morning.
You've been doing great work for over many years, and I remember I liked politics, but you were more political than me in our marriage, and I've tried to catch up to you. But do you remember that?
Early on, yeah.
Early on, yeah.
Well, I was meeting with a lot of city council members and legislators.
I was Wendy's husband back then. I was Wendy's husband back then.
Yeah, no, it's the tables have turned.
I don't know about that.
Yeah.
They always ask about you. Where's your wife?
Well, I'm really excited to tell everybody about something that I've been kind of tinkering in for a little bit now. I'm retired, and I always was kind of, what would you call, like a dabbler of painting?
Well, you definitely, when we first met, I saw your paintings from when you painted, and you hadn't painted in quite a few years.
Yeah. Yeah, well, when you work full time and you're busy, it's really hard to do that. But
you're bringing up a husband, in a good way.
Bringing up a husband and take care of animals here at the house and working on animal legislation. It's hard to get everything done that you want to do. So now I've been painting, and I just want everyone to know I have a Facebook page. I do not have a website yet, but I have a Facebook page. If you want to get on, it's called Pilot's Palette.
Pilots.
Apostrophe S.
Oh, apostrophe S.
The Facebook page is with an apostrophe.
Okay.
Because that's proper English.
My bad. See,
So
you're
it's
raising me still.
And Palette, Palette. I have a Facebook page. I don't have all my work on it, but I have some of the pet portraits I've been working on, which have been really a lot of fun. I've been doing pet portraits for people.
Wow, another P. Pilot's pet portraits for people.
And it's mostly dogs, but I just got a request for a cow. Somebody wants me to paint a cow for them. Yeah. So I could definitely do that too. And if you have any kitties out there, you know how I love the kitties.
Right.
But some of my work is on there, and I've been busy. I have some orders that I have to get done for Christmas. And it's been really fun.
What I really like is when you do a portrait, a puppy portrait, or any kind of animal portrait, you like the backstory, and it really helps you really get the eyes and everything out of the soul out of the animal.
Yeah, I always ask whoever I'm painting, whoever's animal I'm painting, I ask them to tell me about the animal. So, do they chase squirrels, or what's their personality?
Or were they rescued?
Were they rescued? What happened in that? So while I'm painting, I think about the animal, and it helps me, get their essence and bring out the essence of them. So it's really been a lot of fun. So Yeah, check it out. Pilot's Palette on Facebook. I know a lot of people don't go on Facebook anymore, but
Well, you also
I have an
Instagram.
Instagram also is Pilot's Palette, all together, one word, Pilot's Palette, no apostrophe. I only, I think, posted like 2 things on there. I don't really know how to use Instagram. I'm really like,
Yeah. I
a
think
social media idiot,
I
but
think whatever you put on Facebook goes to Instagram.
I don't think so. I don't know. I don't know what's happening, to be quite honest. I just put it out there and see what happens. So,
Yeah.
but I've gotten a few orders, so that's been really great. So yeah, for Christmas presents.
Maybe Haley can put up the link on Native Roots Radio, and we can have people
Sure.
swarm you for quotes.
Yeah.
Quotes.
I would love to do that.
Sure, that'd be great, Haley. I really appreciate
Haley,
it.
you're an artist too, aren't you?
Yes, Haley. I've seen you. Haley does watercolor, I think. I do acrylic.
Yeah, I dabble.
Beautiful work, landscapes and stuff. I've seen her do really beautiful stuff.
Do stick
Thank
people.
you.
I do stick people.
I've seen it.
Yeah, with smiles or
Oh
frowns.
no.
Yeah.
Well, a couple of things I want to talk to people about. So Halloween's coming up. Right?
Yes.
Halloween's coming up. Years ago, years and years ago, I used to volunteer at the Bergen County Animal Shelter in New Jersey when I lived out in New Jersey. And I used to go there and, walk the dogs and, clean the kitty litter, do all kinds of stuff. But during the month of October, what we would do is we would not adopt out any black cats because they're like bad people out there. So there's bad people out there who do bad things to black cats. So we would put all the black cats in the back, and Halloween night, one or two volunteers would stay and sleep over at the shelter to make sure that the cats were okay and that they were safe. Yeah. Isn't that sad that has to happen?
I never knew about that.
Yeah.
Me either.
Yeah. So we used to do that.
Me either,
People
Haley.
used to try to break in and steal the cats, and like they would sacrifice the black cats and stuff. Really, people are crazy out there. They really are. So listen, even if you have any kind of cat, keep your cat inside, right?
Yeah,
especially the
for
black cats
3-4
right now.
day radius.
I would definitely keep the black cats in. If you're still decorating for Halloween, try not to use that fake spider web sticky stuff because lots of birds, all kinds of animals get stuck in it. Yeah, so it's not really a good thing. But I have a couple of little things here, and it's called Reverse the Curse. Black cats can be lucky too. So here's a couple of things that are really lucky about black cats all over the world. So in Scotland, a black cat appearing on your doorstep is a sign of prosperity.
Oh, we only have black cats leaving our house. They don't come to us.
I know,
We're not
right?
very prosperous.
Oh my goodness. In Japan, black cats are a symbol of good luck.
Oh.
Yeah, so that's in Japan. In Italy, if you hear a black cat sneeze, it's good luck.
Oh, we have a black and white cat that sneezed on me before.
Okay, that's half good luck then, I guess, right?
Yeah.
In Northern Europe, bringing a black cat on a voyage ensures a safe passage.
Wow.
Yeah. So
That's
bring a
interesting.
black cat on a cruise ship. There you go. In England, a black cat as a wedding gift will bring good luck to the bride.
Oh.
Yeah. Yeah. So there's lots of good things about the black cats. So keep your cats inside, keep them safe. Also, I see I'm out and about walking Wanda here. And
I saw Wanda's footprints, but I didn't want to say anything.
I'm going to tell
about
a
it.
really, really funny, quick story. So around in our neighborhood, they're fixing all the curbs, all the sidewalks, and a lot of sidewalks, especially on the corners, are closed. Like they have,
They're
the
tearing
pine-
them up
They
and
have the
putting wheelchair accessibility and bump outs.
Right. So they're all done. So you have to kind of walk around. It's hard, getting around. So you walk around in the dirt or the grass on the side of the cement, and then you get on the other side. So I'm walking Wanda the other night. I'm like, all right, Wanda, come on, let's get, the sidewalk is closed. The cement is just nice and fresh. Let's walk around.
Mhm.
Well, I walk around, but she's a funny dog. She just wants to walk on the sidewalk. So what she did was she's jumped up on the fresh concrete that they just poured. It wasn't like totally wet. She didn't sink in, but her little paw prints are all now in a hole. I don't know, like a
Big
6-foot piece of sidewalk
yeah.
now, like forever.
Yeah.
Like she's in.
It's like the Wall of Fame or the.
And I saw her walking up there. I was like, "Oh my God, Wanda, get down!"
Yeah.
And then she was like shuffling around because I was like, so now her paw prints are like in a little circle and it's like all over the place. And I was like, "Oh my God, I'm sure there's a camera somewhere of somebody watching. I'm going to get in really big trouble. Come on, Wanda, let's go.
Hey,
let's run down the street."
We had to visit it yesterday.
So Robert and I went back yesterday. It was like pretty dry, but there were her little
little
paw
paw.
prints who will be
She'll
there
always be
all
there.
over. I'm not going to say where it is either because I'm going to get in trouble. I felt so bad. I mean, I see how it happens all the time.
Groveland
And we really didn't mean to do it. It was a total accident.
Who would have thought
So
she would have
I
been
do
heavy enough?
That I apologize. And honestly, it looked like it was totally dry. You know how it turns white?
Yeah.
Yeah. So also I see a lot of people out there with the blowers blowing
leaf blowers.
leaf blowers. They're cleaning up all the leaves. They're fixing, cleaning everything up for winter. Leave it. Be lazy.
Right.
Just leave it. We have so many bugs and pollinators and insects that need those leaves to use for warmth and shelter during the winter. Just leave them. And that's all you need to do. Be lazy.
You didn't have to twist my arm when we switched over from raking the grass to like just leave it, Robert.
Just leave it. Let the pollinators live there. The bees live underneath there. All kinds of little critters live underneath there.
I thought you were trying to trick me.
I know. I was trying to trick you. Definitely.
It's like, hey, don't cut the grass. Like what? Oh, yeah, no problem. What?
Yeah,
Oh.
exactly.
Hey, great segment. Congratulations on really
Pilot's palette.
But not only that, but just finding your jam and what you love to do. I can see how much you love.
I am. I'm so obsessed. I love it.
Hey, we got 30 seconds left here. Up next, Bob Blake from Red Lake and me at the Twins game still. Hey, you're listening to Native Roots Radio presents I'm Awake.
Stay with us.
Oh, what?
Getting bus and train information in your language just got easier. Customers who call Metro Transit at 612-373-3333 are able to select language options at the start of the call. Access Next Trip, their automated real-time schedule information tool, and other Metro Transit assistance by calling 612-373-3333. For more information about other transit informational tools, visit metrotransit.org/tools.
In recognition of Domestic Violence Awareness Month, this message is brought to you by Strong Hearts Native Helpline, a culturally appropriate domestic and sexual violence helpline for Native American and Alaska Natives. Advocates provide free support and advocacy 24/7. Call or text 1-844-762-8483. That's 1-844-7-NATIVE, or chat online at strongheartshelpline.org. Safe, anonymous, confidential, 24/7.
Be a vaccinative. As the fall season continues, new COVID-19 variants threaten the health of not just you, but our elders as well. These new variants might even evade previous vaccines. That's why it's important to stay up to date. The newly authorized vaccines target current variants effectively and are FDA approved for ages 6 months and older. But there is an important note. These are the first COVID vaccines to be commercialized, which means there may be costs associated with them. Speak with your health insurer about your coverage before scheduling an appointment to avoid a surprise bill. For those without health insurance, help is available. Ask your health clinic about options or visit vaccines.gov for free locations. Getting vaccinated protects you from severe disease. Don't put yourself or elders at risk. So be a vaccinative and protect our community. You can visit vaccines.gov for free vaccine locations.
This message is brought to you in partnership with the Minnesota Department of Health.
You're listening to Native Roots Radio. This is Spirit from Reservation Dogs. Get up and listen.
Welcome back to Native Roots Radio presents I'm Awake, and this is Robert Pilot.
This portion of the show is supported by NACD's Four Sisters Farmers Market, which happens every Thursday on Franklin Avenue in Minneapolis from 11 to 3. Robert and I will be there tomorrow, so come on out and say hi to us, as this is probably one of the last market days of this season because it will be wrapping up here at the end of October. Hey, Kirgi, welcome back. Hokshanna P, welcome. Good evening. Producer Haley Cherry, Chashape Wingweni, Cochunk Nation, Descendant, Eagle Clan with you guys right now. Robert Pilot is at the Twins game. So go Twins. We hope they get this win here. Congrats to our Guthrie ticket winner, Danielle DeLong. Have the best time at the performance for the people at the Guthrie Theater. And I am here with Bob Blake from Red Lake. Solar Bear with the Solar News is on with me. Bob, thanks so much for joining me on this last segment. It's been a few weeks, I feel like, since we've had you on. Happy Indigenous Peoples Day on Monday. I'm very curious to hear how your Monday was and what you've been up to.
Hey, I want to say, I think that there's a fix how Danielle DeLong got that ticket there. I think that
she was our lucky caller.
There is a fix going on here. Danielle DeLong, I think there's a fix here.
We could probably hook you up too, Bob, if you want
it. I'm just joking. No, enjoy the show though. I think that's going to be awesome.
It's going to be a good one.
Yeah. Hey, is that the one? And that's got Wes Studi in there, isn't it?
Yes, and we're actually going to be interviewing him hopefully within the next week or two.
Oh man, that's going to be cool. Wes Studi, and then all the big actors in the Twin Cities are going to be in there. Now, Holly, I have to let everybody know out there, I am a fellow thespian myself. I used to engage in the Twin Cities theater.
Way to
network.
Go, Bob.
Yeah. I used to. No, it's actually a lot of fun. It's a little nerve-wracking trying to get your lines down.
Right.
Because there's a few times I had to improvise.
Yeah, and that can be scary.
Yeah, and you're in the people that are reading with you are on the other side of you are expecting you to get your lines. You know what I mean? Because there's little things that they catch and how we move through the play, And so I had to improvise a few times. And I remember one of the persons coming hey, were you supposed to say that? I was like, no, I forgot it. But everything works out. And the Twin Cities theater community is absolutely wonderful. I mean, there are so many things. Oh, and I got to tell you too, Haley,
yeah.
I got paid to go and do these readings. You get paid.
Yeah, I hope so. I hope they're paying their actors.
Yeah, so you get paid. I got paid to go and do these. I was surprised. They're oh, here's your check, and I was like, really for that? I was like, all right,
Nice.
a couple more of these and I make rent. You know what I mean? I used to, you know what I'm saying? So for all of you that are in the acting community and theater community, get involved in some of that. It's pretty cool.
Yeah, I know New Native Theater is just casted for their new show, I think at Christmas in Okeechobee or something. So looking forward to that one.
Yeah, I worked with Rihanna and over there at New Native Theater.
Yeah.
And it was a really wonderful experience. And you know what? I think it's just isn't it, Haley? Isn't it just more trying to take you out of your comfort zone and
exactly. That's exactly what it is.
Yeah.
I took a couple acting classes actually in college at the University of Minnesota at the Twin Cities campus, and I had the best time. I met some of the most authentic, real people, and they made me so comfortable around them. So acting and delivering your lines and messing up and maybe not being as confident as, I don't know, maybe some of the other people in the room. It's a really great community, and everyone kind of makes everyone feel really comfortable to be there in that space.
Speaking of confidence, segue here, Haley.
Go for it.
Into the solar news with the Solar Bear.
Yes.
I think that, and I want to talk real quick about Wisconsin.
Our neighbors.
I've been spending some time over there too lately because I've got some projects over there, and
I did hear about that.
And it just found out that through the Inflation Reduction Act, the state of Wisconsin is going to get some funds, some grants to do some climate work and start doing some climate planning in the state of Wisconsin. So now, Haley, think about this as an end around to, the Republicans, over there in Wisconsin that are holding up all this, could be great, like climate work, right? They're the ones holding up everything over in Wisconsin. And so, you're not going to turn down federal dollars. You know what I'm saying? Like that's just stupid. That's just stupid. So, these dollars are going to, a lot of the states around the country, right? And Wisconsin was picked, and they're going to get federal dollars to start doing some planning on the, on their climate plans over there. So meaning,
that's awesome.
Yeah. So meaning, like, it would be dumb to turn this money down, right? So Wisconsin, your state's gonna start doing some planning, start doing some work around, climate change and adaptation, mitigation strategies, because I think this is really, really important and could really help the communities, of Wisconsin.
Yep.
So,
and making the switch to renewable energy, I mean, in the long run, will save people and businesses and schools so much.
yeah. And another really good story, Haley, that came out here in Minnesota. I'm going to jump around the Midwest here because I know we're like in Chicago, Kansas City, you know what I mean?
All over Turtle Island.
And here in Minnesota, we have a new law that is basically called the intervener compensation law. And what this is basically saying is that if say a nonprofit or an individual wants to intervene in a case up at the Public Utilities Commission, they're going to be able to be compensated for that time.
Okay.
So this doesn't happen, if not any time around the country, right?
Sure.
And what's really great about this is that individuals can now participate in the process, the regulatory process, and be compensated for it. Now, it's got to be within reason, but I mean, a lot of times, a lot of people do this work for free. And so for them to be able to be compensated for this, and I think this is fair because when you look at the utilities and you look at the lobbyists that they have on their on their payroll compared to what we have, like it just seems like we should be able to be compensated for this too. So I think this is really great, and kudos to the Minnesota State Legislature for going ahead and passing this law because it really is a it really is a good law. And then I want to jump over to Ohio real quick. And Ohio is trying to restrict and put in some laws in place around solar, rooftop solar. Cleveland rocks, man. You guys gotta fight, to be able to allow for solar and renewable energy in your state. So, keep the fight up, guys, because the world is depending on you too. So, I hear the music.
Yes, we got about 30 seconds. Thank you so much, Bob.
Yep, that's the solar news with the solar bear.
Thank you as always. Thank you, a big peanut geeky thank you to Arvina Martin, our Ho-Chunk sister of Emerge Wisconsin Executive Director. Thank you, Wendy, as always, and Bob Blake from Red Lake. You've been listening to Native Roots Radio presents I'm Awake. We are still here. We are the next generation. We need to resist, divest, join a group, run for office, and free Leonard Peltier now.
Connections Radio Show is all about